So, a common thing I really see every single year is that before the exams, probably a couple days before or a week before, I will receive messages after messages of students telling me that they're experiencing a lot of stress and pressure, which is completely, I guess, understandable because their exams are coming and the GCSEs are very important. However, I normally ask them, have they done any revision over the last couple of months? And they normally tell me no. So of course, there's no surprise they're feeling all this pressure and all this stress if they simply haven't done the work, because they've probably gone to their books, seen what they need to do, seen that they're behind, and now they're really, really worried for what marks they're gonna get, which is quite common. And the analogy I like to use is that if you're gonna run a marathon, you don't just wake up in the morning and decide to run a marathon if you simply never ran before. It's just not gonna happen. But if you say to yourself, you want to run a marathon, what would you normally do? You normally prepare for it, right? So you say to yourself, okay, this week I'm going to run a mile, next week I'm going to run 2, and so on and so forth. So eventually you can run the marathon with no problem. You're trained, you're practiced, and you're prepared for that marathon. But when I normally say this in schools, I normally hear the response, school takes up too much time, I don't have enough time to study, I got other things going on, so I just simply can't do it. That's the reason why I haven't studied. But I want to quickly show you something, right? Let's just say you're at school 6 hours a day, which is quite common, for 5 days a week. So mind my handwriting, say that's 30 hours. Let's say you got homework, and your homework takes, I don't know, let's say your homework takes 3 hours a week. One thing I suggest is that what I think will play a massive part, especially right now leading up to your exams, if you say you took 30 minutes a night to review what you learned for the day and to do any extra revision, 30 minutes a night, and you did that 6 days a week, that's 3 hours. Then just say you did an extra hour on the Sunday. What's that? That's 4 hours. So you're looking about 37 hours right there. And then just say you went to revision clubs, or you did put in an extra hour, just say an extra 3 hours, right? What's that? That's 40 hours. That's 40 hours of work. And normally when I ask them, is this a lot of work? They normally respond and say, this is a lot of time out of our day and out of our week. So then I say, okay, how many hours are in a week? So if you look at it, there's 168 hours in 1 week, 168. When you take 40 away from that, what are you left with? You're left with 128, right? And then they say, well, I sleep a lot, I sleep about 8 hours a day. So okay, what's 8 times 7? That's 56 hours, right? This isn't in no particular order. So let's say you got, 40 take away 168, so you're looking about 128. Then what's that take away? That's 70, that's 72 you're left with. That's 72 hours. So when I say to students, you don't have enough time to study, even if you put in 40 hours a week, which is revision, say 30 minutes a night, with an extra 3 hours wherever you decide to pick it up, that's 40 hours of your week out of 168. You sleep a 56, and you're still left with 72 there. And when you really think about it, you've got 72 hours to do whatever you want. And really what's going to help you and what's going to stop stress and anxiety and all this pressure is just by doing that simple. That's not a lot. That's just small steps until you do your exams. And by the time your exams comes, you're going to be ready for whatever's next and willing to get the good grades you deserve.
The passion's just there from the moment he walks through the door to the moment he finishes his talk.
Very inspirational, motivating.